What's up, Trojans? All right, Giants are really out here now. The New York Football Giants are now 5-1, and clearly the worst 5-1 team in NFL history. I mean, absolute garbage, defeating playoff teams like the Ravens, the Packers, and the Titans. I mean, obviously, just cleaning up easy wins. Come on, Giants are legit. All right, out here making clutch play after clutch play to win the game in the end against the Ravens. The Giants' home field advantage is now competing with like Seattle's 12th man. We had so many freaking false start penalties caused, I feel like, by the crowd on the Ravens all day. It was a false start, especially in that first quarter. So many false starts. Giants, they get off to a slow start. It's kind of a battling game. It's kind of a slow game. Defense is kind of holding up. Offense isn't doing that much. But at the end of the day, the Giants offense got it in gear. And the Giants defense was pretty solid all day. Only 20 points allowed. Ended up with 2 turnovers. Giants got their first interception of the season. And honestly, aside from, the Giants being 5-1, really starting to look like competitors now, aside from all that, this is a game of first. I mean, we get Wan'Dale Robinson back. He gets his first career touchdown. Kayvon Thibodeau's in the game, right? We're talking about sacks, right? And Brian Dable came out last week, right? And it was kind of funny because someone actually asked him the question of like, hey, so in your scouting combine video, you asked Kayvon how he'd respond if he didn't have any sacks week 5, and the fans were starting to get on him. Well, that exact scenario kind of started to play out. He has a sack now. And it was a big sack. So Kayvon Thibodeau gets his first career sack in the clutchest moment possible. The game-winning sack, batting the ball out from Lamar Jackson. That's right, a strip sack as his first career sack as a New York Football Giant. All right? He freaking bats that ball out, and Leonard Williams comes back this week to recover that mofo. Giants get the ball, very little time left. And then our main man, Saquon, here makes a smart move. Now, would I like to see more points on the board? Would I like to see the Giants have above 30 points? Yes. But it is definitely the smart move in the situation Saquon was in. He got several yards rushing on that last drive and then just slid 1 or 2 yards before the end zone. Just kind of slid and took the win. This team is legit. This team's pretty smart. I only saw a couple, like just these small tweaks here and there of like, you got to do that better. Obviously, Mark Andrews, tight end Ravens, he was out here carving us up all day. But the Giants were able to win in the end when it counted, getting in Lamar's head. And honestly, the play where Julian Love got that interception, the crowd noise is definitely messing with the snap count there, while the center snapped it before Lamar was ready, or if I don't know what exactly happened on that play, but I feel like the crowd had something to do with that one too. The crowd was electric all day over in MetLife. All day. Crowd was there. Team was there. Great win. And, I mean, the game was definitely an interesting one, right? So Ravens go down. I think the Giants got to stop, and then the Giants went out and basically were 3-and-out. If they did get first down, they didn't do much after that. Actually, I think they did get first down, then, did nothing after that. Then the Ravens go out, and they're in field goal range. And Lamar kind of backs up on a play. It's meant to be like a Lamar run, but he kind of backs up to avoid Jihad Ward and just falls down. I don't know who ended up getting the tackle technically. And the field goal's just like, oh man, just 1 yard too long for Justin Tucker in that scenario. Boom, off the uprights. That was, come on. You would have thought that would have motivated us, but it's all good. In the end, the Giants figured it out. All right, Wan'Dale Robinson. I don't know if I got to this one. I was so focused on Kayvon Thibodeau, right? But then, not long after, I think the Ravens got a touchdown first, and then maybe even a field goal. But then Wan'Dale Robinson gets his first career NFL touchdown. Now Wan'Dale Robinson has infinitely times more touchdowns than Kadarius Toney and Kenny Golladay as New York Giants. That's a pretty impressive stat, in my opinion. Daniel Bellinger out here, a rookie. He got another touchdown today. Daniel Bellinger came up clutch so many times. It's like third down. It's like, oh, it's a tough one. Boom, Daniel Bellinger just catches it and gets the first down. Yeah, he's not breaking 27 tackles per play. Yeah, he's not hurdling guys. Yeah, he's not one-handing the ball. But the ball's thrown to him. He's catching it. And guess what? It's getting first downs. It's helping the Giants win some games. Saquon out here again. Yeah, Saquon didn't put up 200 yards, but he had the touchdown, and especially some of his runs in the end were clutch. Clutch runs on some of those final drives. He had a shoulder issue at one point after a decent run. He went down, nailed his shoulder, came back in. I don't know what's going on with that shoulder. It's the same shoulder he injured last week. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully that does not become a lingering injury that grows into something larger. But Saquon, absolute warrior fighting through that. Daniel Jones, that cut on his hand, looked really bad out there today. I didn't realize how bad it must have been against the Bears. I mean, that scab opened up like right away. Daniel Jones didn't care. There was only like one or two plays where I'm like, Jones, I could have handled that slightly better. Jones still looking good out there. The team, I mean, maybe it's just the win, but man, the Giants look legit. I mean, come on. What is a team that wins if not a team that figures it out at the last minute, right? The only plays that matter are the big ones at the last second. Giants 5-1. I love to see it. And this defense, man, some of the big players that you expected to be big players. Xavier McKinney had a couple key bat downs. Julian Love coming up with that interception and a couple nice bat downs as well. Yeah, I'm waiting for Xavier McKinney to get some picks. I mean, 5 weeks in, 6 weeks in, and the Giants get their first interception. Kayvon Thibodeau gets his first career strip sack and first career sack. I mean, Kayvon Thibodeau, what a clutch play there. Kayvon Thibodeau got beat a couple times on the RPO or the keeper from Lamar Jackson. That is impossible. I mean, you zoom in on that from Lamar Jackson. The ball was in the running back's hands. The ball was in the running back's hands, and somehow Lamar is able to yoink it out at the last possible second. That is impossible to read. Kayvon Thibodeau got beat twice by that. The second one wasn't as bad, though. What a day by the Giants. Kayvon Thibodeau ended up getting the revenge on all that nonsense in the end by getting that strip sack that Leonard Williams recovered. Great to see Leonard Williams back out there. I think Dexter freaking Lawrence out here being clutch. I think Dexter Lawrence had a sack on the day too. This team's looking legit. Wink Martindale has this entire defense, and everyone is in the best position to succeed. If Wan'Dale Robinson keeps this up, that would be huge. Definitely the guy Joe Shane thought he was getting in the second round. Daniel Bellinger, the fourth round tight end, coming in clutch again, and Kayvon Thibodeau getting the game-winning strip sack. I mean, Joe Shane, man, these rookies are contributing right away. All of these guys. Azudu even came in. Look, I'm not a professional offensive line analyst, but I don't think he was horrible. Picks 1, 2, 3. Oh, Evan Neal. Oh, how could I forget Evan Neal? Evan Neal's been here all year. Evan Neal's still doing okay. I think the Giants offensive line and him, definitely giving up some stuff early, but they got it figured out. They ended up blocking really well, allowing Daniel Jones to deliver some clutch third downs and a couple nice touchdown passes too. Team's looking legit. Joe Shane, all of Joe Shane guys right now look legit. I don't know about like 5th and 6th rounders. I think a lot of those guys actually got injured too, so that sort of hampered them. But all the main guys you need to see from Joe Shane are looking great, contributing, being key players on this team right away. And coaching's making a lot of the Gettleman guys look better. Dexter Lawrence didn't have sacks like that, or like he has the past few weeks under Dave Gettleman. Saquon Barkley is a complete running back now. He was a really, really good running back in 2018. But, he would try to do a little too much himself. This season, he's taken everything that's there and only taken it when it's there. Daniel Jones making much better decisions. Screw the statistics with Jones. I think he only has 5 touchdowns on the year. Screw that, man. Giants are 5-1, winning games. Daniel Jones is the quarterback I'd want out there. I don't know I mean, I don't want any other quarterback out there. As the Giants are 5-1. Kidding me? I mean, I could see a scenario where even like the best quarterback out there today messes up some of these games. You don't know. Giants are 5-1. I'm not changing much, if anything, about this team at 5-1. Kidding me? Man, Giants could barely get 5 wins in a season last couple years. Giants are already at 5 wins week 6. And some of the Titans game, the Packers game, this Ravens game, exciting games. The Bears game was pretty good too. Panthers game kind of boring. But man, they've been great games. And the other hope, I'm thinking playoffs for this team. I mean, I was talking about it last week, but man, it really is coming down to which seed you think the Giants are getting. And aside from big playoff hopes and dreams, I want to see Giants get that revenge game on Dallas on Thanksgiving. And the other thing that would make me really freaking happy about this team is if we can sweep the freaking Eagles. Dallas has a game with them tonight to make them not undefeated. But honestly, I would not be upset if the Eagles are 8-0, 9-0, 10-0, whatever it is when we face them. And then the Giants are the team that knocks them off of being undefeated. And then I think we only play them like 2 weeks after that. Beat them again. I'd love to sweep the freaking Eagles. And then you know what? And then, let's say the Eagles win this division, right? Where there are only 2 losses on the season. The Eagles are 15-2. We beat them in the playoffs as well. That would make me happy. Nothing would make me happier about this season than that scenario. This team could do it too. This team is legit. This team is coached well. The only thing that happened today that ruined some stats, Brian Dable lost a challenge. It was a close one. Definitely worth throwing the flag for. Didn't come into play at all. Giants still won the game. Those first half, that's when you get a little willy-nilly with the challenges, right? It's third quarters where it gets very sketchy with the challenges. But in the first half, man, throw that flag wherever. He just kind of dropped it, too. It was a little limp wrist there. We got to work on that form. He had better form with the other ones. He was, throwing that thing on the ground. A little bit of a limp wrist on that challenge flag. No wonder we lost it. Obviously, that does not correlate, but it was a close one. Definitely worth reviewing. Refs ruled it that way. Refs, again, some very interesting calls. I think they missed a call on the Giants. And then, obviously, they had the very clutch pass interference call there in the end, but that was clearly pass interference, so they didn't completely screw us over. They missed the delay of game on I think the Ravens' last touchdown that really put them ahead. I mean, that clock was at 0 for a second and a half, if not 2 seconds. I mean, you got to catch that. I understand, if it's a millisecond off, right? It's tough for the human eye to look back, whatever. But when it's over a full second, you got to see that as a ref. But it's all good. Giants find ways to win. Kayvon Thibodeau will just slap the ball out of the quarterback's hand at the last second. Or better yet, Xavier McKinney will rush back there, get a huge pressure if you fumble the ball, bobble the snap a little bit. Xavier McKinney will pressure you, and you'll throw a pick right to Julian Love. I mean, that's what this Giants defense is doing. And then when the Giants are out here on offense, Saquon Barkley will get a couple key runs, get the last touchdown of the game, or Daniel Jones will throw it to a rookie. Got to watch out for Daniel Jones throwing to these rookies. Very excited for this team. And the schedule, honestly, at this point, the schedule's pretty easy and a bunch of division rivalries. Can't wait for the rest of the season. Now, 5-1, New York Giants are out here on the scene. This is a playoff contender. This is a Super Bowl contender. 5-1, we're beating everybody. Man, I want to see the Giants play the Chiefs. I want to see the Giants play the Bills. I want to see the Giants play any team in the NFL that thinks they're the best team in the NFL. I want to see it. I don't know how it would go. Giants might lose. They probably would lose. But I want to see it because this team is finding ways to win. Screw stats. Screw all this nonsense of projections and nonsense. This is when the Giants are the best, when they're underdogs just winning. This team is amazing. This team is something different. This team is the star of something special. See you guys in the next one. This game was awesome.